Hello and welcome to episode 216. I'm coming to you at 6:28 in the morning. That's what I'm doing for y'all, community folk. Happy days. Good afternoon, Madalena. How you doing?
Good day, Rick, and good day, community. I am doing all right. Actually, working on a bunch of projects, as I was mentioning earlier. And I'm sure our community members, the Veeam 100, are going to be, and the VUG leaders, of course, are going to be happy to hear that we started working on the Veeam 100 Summit and the VUG leaders and Veeam 100 swag. So a lot of projects going on and busy times. But how are you doing? I can see you are not in the office.
No, I'm not in the office. I'm in California, so that's why it's early for our normal record time on Wednesday. And we're getting ready later today to present at Tech Field Day, which will be kind of fun to get
Oh,
Veeam back
okay.
into that. Myself and Emily are out here for that. And yeah, it's early. This is, and the crazy part, Maddie, this is my second call already. I had a call earlier
Oh,
this morning,
wow.
5 a.m. call. Yeah, nice and early. But
But
no,
you wake up early. You always wake up early. So
well, so actually, true story. I set an alarm for 7 a.m. every day at home for normal circumstances. It's my normal wake up time. And then in the summertime, because the school is a little different for the kid, I do 7:30. So that's what time do you wake up normally, or do you not even set a clock?
I do actually 8 would be my time.
Really?
But I have like times when I wake up earlier or then I wake up later. So it really depends.
That's
But
funny because
8.
my wife set for I want to say 5:40 a.m. And then sometimes I'll wake up early and walk out and she's like, "What are you doing? This is my time." She's like, "Go back to bed." So I think she needs her time, and I think everybody does. Everybody gets that, I think, to an extent. So
Yeah, it's normal, right?
yeah, indeed. Speaking of normal, we are not while we are not in normal circumstances, we do have a normal list of special content. We have an abnormal list of special department news, and we have one surprise. So you ready to jump into it?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, wrong thing, wrong thing. There it is. Nope, wrong thing. That's the surprise. We'll come back to that later.
Are you
Sorry,
taking all the wrong things first?
one screen is hard. Okay.
Yeah.
First up is Marcus, aka Heat Map Dynamic, with honestly one of the coolest things we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. This is such a super cool project in here, Marcus. And thank you for creating this map where basically all Veeam 100 members, are showed on the map where they are located. And it's a kind of interactive one with pictures and information. And all this comes from the Veeam 100 directory at the Community Hub. So it's so easy to visualize it. So he used the backend. I could see that he used the Map Geo and Google Sheets for this. But pretty cool, pretty cool. And I commented as well on your post, Marcus. I said it would be awesome to have something similar for VUG and thematic group leaders. And I'm sure there are a bunch that can support this, Marcus. But I know for that I have to build first a VUG leaders directory. So that might just take a long time because we have a bunch of VUG leaders. Many of them are legends and vanguards, so that's going to be helpful, but still, it's going to take some time. So let's see. But overall, really great. And I saw that everyone in the community received that, with a positive attitude and feedback. So great stuff. Thank you, Marcus, for being creative once again.
Yeah, indeed. And it just shows the global nature of this. And I'm not 100% sure, but when I look through, it's like just incredible how global this team is. And so
Mhm.
there might be one missing because there's a couple of countries, but I'll not make a shout here because Maddie's really good about, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. She knows these details better than I do. But Marcus, Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. And then, yeah, like you said, there's a link down at the bottom to his personal blog, which is, by the way, the coolest name ever. Better Veeam than sorry. So that's awesome. So thank you so much, Marcus.
Yep.
All right, next up, Jorge De La Cruz doing some more stuff with Grafana. What caught your eye on this one?
Well, I have to start with a big wall first.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jorge, for putting together all the Grafana dashboards, that you have created and shared the links to all of it with the community. I mean, yeah, this is a preview, but like down at the bottom, at the end of this article, you can see he just shared all the links to all the dashboards he probably ever created. So I just started with that. So I think that's amazing. But yeah, looking at the latest one, the Grafana dashboards for Veeam ONE API, as he says, it does look like the dashboard of dashboards or the supreme view. Right. Pretty cool. I like that. And Jorge is sharing in here the topology with all logical components. He's using a bash shell script that connects to Veeam ONE server using the REST API, and then it will send the metrics to InfluxDB and visualize them with Grafana. And then he's sharing a link where you can download and configure the Veeam ONE overview shell bash shell script. And he also built all the queries, variables, and everything you might need. All you have to do is basically just go to Grafana, download it, or just use the links he shared in the post. He made it really easy for everyone that wants to, to use it. So big thank you, Jorge. And he's asking the community to leave the comments and feedback if they are using. And yeah, just great. Thank you. We know he's like the Grafana expert in here. So fantastic job, Jorge.
Yeah, what I think is really interesting about this is that I think Jorge is making these Grafana dashboards really easy. They're, as I read through this, it's actually doesn't look that difficult. And I love this dashboard of dashboards type of angle. So really, really good stuff, Jorge. Keep it up. So good to call your name again. I think I'm going to give this one a try. This one looks kind of fun. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next up, Christian. I am talking about an alternative method of upgrading the PostgreSQL database minor version used by Veeam BNR. So keep in mind that Veeam Backup and Replication, most default installations will use a Postgres. This is a pretty cool topic.
Yeah, and then he's showing us 3 ways of upgrading PostgreSQL. And he's discussing the first method, which is upgrading within the same major version. And he's giving us an example, 15.6 to 15.13, what he's doing in there, and installing packages with a new version of PostgreSQL. And he said this is suitable only for minor updates. And then he's giving us a demo on all steps taken for this upgrade. And then he's sharing a second method via the standard PG Dumble program. And here he says this is a more reliable method, but it may sometimes require a longer downtime. So you have to check if you have that time available. And then Chris also shared the link to a post where another community member, legend of ours, Link State, discussed this method in details. And of course, if you are interested in this second method, I think the Link State's post is actually pretty good. I think we might have mentioned that one in one of our episodes as well, and we discussed it. And then he shared last but not least, the third method via the standard PG upgrade program, which Chris says this is the most complicated one from the 3, but the advantage of it is this method avoids the needs for a full data dump and reload, which can be time consuming, especially with large data sets. So pretty good overall. Thank you for sharing all these options in here with us, Chris.
Yeah, fantastic. And I'm doing the slow scroll here, but this is Christian Emersol. He's got everything with screenshots,
Yes,
everything. But
exactly.
honestly, one thing just caught my eye was I thought I was the only one. Chris calls it the hamburger menu, and you're like saying to yourself, what in the heck is the hamburger menu? That's like this little stack element right here. So he calls it the hamburger. I thought I was the only one that did that.
But I think that's how you call it, hamburger menu,
I
right?
think so. I don't know, but that's what I've been calling it. But I love that Christian walks through what you do in Veeam, get everything stopped, and then do the update, and then kind of resume it. Let's see, he'll go through the update here, and then I believe he'll restart the Postgres service, make sure that version is updated, make sure it's listening. Then he'll probably go into Veeam, and he'll, oh, well, that doesn't look good. What's that error? He's making sure it starts. Okay, what did that little system error message? Let me believe that there was something else, but maybe that was just a different screenshot. But nonetheless, he goes through the whole end-to-end part here, and really good stuff here, Christian. I guess my recommended method might be method 2, probably just because it's fully complete and it's definitely Veeam aware, but maybe others who have gone through this can share their recommendation. But good stuff, Christian. And this is important because, these things need upgrading as well.
Totally. Very thorough as always.
Very thorough. No stone left unturned. Rock on, Christian. All right. Next up, that was 3. We're going to go to the Vanguard blog spotlight, and we haven't called Victor's name in a while. Victor Wu from Macau is playing with the V13 Beta. This is really cool, which ironically, right at this very time, we're doing a V13 call with the Veeam 100. But this is really cool. This is walking through the install of our beta. He's showing you how it looks. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. And I think he has a new design of his blog. I might be wrong, but I think
that's true. Especially this side livery here. That looks new.
Yeah, but going back to V13, Victor is doing this installation demo. Of course, we are still in beta mode, and he's going through all step again, very thorough one. How to install Veeam Backup and Replication V13 Beta. First, he's talking requirements, and he says the VM must have 2 hard disks, each with at least 256 gigabytes of capacity. And then, of course, select the Rocky Linux as the operating system type, and then demo with really each step in there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the images are speaking for themselves. So any sneak peek, Rick, on this? Because, as you said, there is a call right now happening. Any sneak peek that we can share with the community?
I'll do a little sneak peek with you.
Okay.
So Victor's little thing that the blog, it wasn't a little thing. The blog that Victor did was for doing the V13 Veeam software appliance as a virtual machine. But just to let everybody know that if you go to the Veeam Ready page, we have a new qualification called a Veeam Ready appliance. Oh, what's that? Well, that is for, and there already are 5 servers qualified. So 5 physical server platforms are already qualified to run as a hardened repository with immutability, but this will also, upon V13 GA, be a qualified platform to run as a physical server. So there's a little nugget that I'll share with everybody. So sneaking in some info. Yeah. All right. Now, special department news. Texas is a big state, and we got 3 things to share. It looks like the May family has been up to some good here.
Totally. Yeah, it's a road show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, Houston, and Dallas. And I think someone's knocking at my door. Hold on. Hold on. And that's what 6:43 in the morning looks like in a hotel. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was live.
Wow. So looks like the 6:43 is a little early for housekeeping, but that's okay. I think it's
Yeah,
6.
really early for housekeeping,
Yeah.
but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
All right.
Okay.
So we have the Colony, that's Dallas Fort Worth, um, Katy, that's Houston area, and Austin. So that's like the big, the big three. Well, three of the big Texas cities. There's also El Paso and San Antonio, but the
So
Mays are doing these three on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in June. This is fantastic.
I know, and the good part is like people still, if you are in the area and you just found out about this event, you still have time to, while watching this show, you still have time to register, because it's only next week, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, right?
Yep.
So, no,
But
June
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. Okay. So, yeah, there's still time to do it. So great job, Tom and Jonah. Yeah, they have
What the heck?
an extra an extra logo, Texas logo.
Oh,
So yeah,
don't
that's
mess with Texas. That's what they do.
unofficial. You remember that Tyler did his
Oh yeah.
Canada one, so now they decided to also do something cool. But yeah, pretty awesome.
Looks like Object First is presenting as well. They're always up for an event. That's great. Sir Jeff a lot. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
always good.
Thank you, Maze. Thank you, Jeff. Good stuff.
Yeah, and please do share it in the
Yeah,
community. Do a post, share pictures. Let us know how all these events went, please. We're
exactly.
very
I'm
curious.
trying to find like the full. There we go. That is their little thing. So it looks kind of AI. Maybe it's an Amarillo riding
I
a
think
cow
it is
in
an
a
AI.
digital Texas with the flag. Huh, that's cute. I'll give it a thumbs up. All right. Next up, Switzerland. They are having one same week. Let's translate this to English.
Mhm.
First in person of the year. Looks like in
First in person ever.
you
So,
might be right. And of
yes,
the year.
yes. But I think they are planning for a second one. So it is the first of the year. It is the first in-person event in Switzerland, organized by Dario and Doron, of course, because
Mhm.
um, there were previously in a different format run by Veeam at some point. So um, this is in the format aligned to the program, so
Yeah.
that's actually pretty cool. It's going to be in Zurich. Lenovo is offering the venue, and I believe we might have Sophos, yeah, and
Mhm.
IT Point as a sponsor. So yeah, let us know, Dario, Doron, how this is going to go. I think it's going to be interesting.
And interesting also, this first section here about the Linux hardened repository on
Mm.
Lenovo goes right into that Veeam Ready appliance qualification I just spoke about. So good stuff. Awesome. And it's good to see Fabian on the agenda twice. So I know that Detective Milder will bring the goods.
Of course, he's in Switzerland. If
Yeah,
not Fabian, then who?
yeah, exactly.
Right. So
Awesome. Good stuff. Check that out. 5th June. All right. Next up, blog of the month. Maddie, we got some good ones from Christoph Pope, from Shane, from Johan, from Michael Melter, from Dynamic, and from Christian. Ooh, I don't know. I think you have a favorite, but we'll have to see.
I already voted. So yeah, put my vote in there. Now it's your turn after this recording, Rick. Don't share it with the community. Don't influence the community. Let the community members make their mind. But yes, guys, please help us decide on who's getting the badge in May for the
Yeah.
best blog of the month. We
We
have
have
some
till
really
next week, June 3rd. That's coming up.
Mhm. It's coming up, but there's still time to vote and get someone a great blogger of the month badge.
And I think at least one of these people have not won blog of the month before, if I'm keeping my badges correct here, because you can look over and see what yeah. So like Shane, for example, he has blogger of the month. If you can see if they have those badges. So Jay's not done it yet. So Christian has, but it's Christoph and Jay are new ones. I'm just saying. So yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying.
You're
Awesome.
still trying to influence the community. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. All right. Thank you for the blog of the month, Madi. And last part of special department before we go into who's new is that it is Veeam on tour time. And
Today.
the Turkey event was today. Yeah.
Exactly. And thank you. Really special thanks to Alessio and Virgin for helping us to put together these booths. Thank you, Safia, for helping with the swag as well. And great job to Kenan and Tariq, our leaders that you can see. Alfred is there. The Veeam community is there. And you can see how busy it is. I can see Kenan as well, one of our leaders. I don't see Tariq in these pictures, but he was
Probably taking the photo.
well.
Tariq's probably taking the photo.
Maybe, yeah. I think it was Alessio actually because he sent it to me. So, and thank you, Moro and Bullen, for always being so supportive with our community. They are really amazing guys in their systems engineer. So fantastic. But yeah, it looks busy, and I think we should do that more often at more Veeam on tours.
You know what he's saying right here? He's saying, join the Veeam community now. He's calling his friends. He's saying, join that Veeam community. It is important. We got to get it on. And we had 135 people this week. And this is before Sophia processed this before we had the new members from Turkey.
This is before that call.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually fantastic, Rick. Plus 135. Last week we did who's new as well. And we also had like a high number. And as you said, this is just even before the Veeam on tour because Safia prepared it probably yesterday. So this is fantastic. I love it. I don't know what's happening, but
I wonder what's up. I wonder if that's really the username. But that's kind of cool if that is. I didn't know we could do characters like that. But these are some of these are pretty good. But 135. And last week we had over 102. What is going on? Well, it's good content. That's why people are coming. Love it.
Absolutely.
And yeah. And then we had, let's see, Sophia did 4 and I added, or 6, and I added 2 more. So we have 8 of the coolest usernames. Less of a human being. I don't know. No one's less of a human being. But
maybe they are more like an,
more machine, maybe. I don't know.
More machine, yeah. Maybe that's what they meant, like
the spirit of an animal.
Yeah, you don't know. Let us know less of an human.
Let's
I think it's very interesting. Yeah.
Infernal IT, narcissist. I don't know.
That sounds like a name to me.
Oh, I put Pie Baker on there twice because I really liked it, but that's okay. Sea Legs, Kubernetes, wonder if we're living in Kubernetes world. And I wish I knew what G40VO2AYO is. Hope that's not your password. But anyways, let's see.
Yep. Don't do that.
And Santa Claus is Alfred's pick. Big welcome, everyone. It's great to see these new members. And yes, I am on one screen today. So, Madi, what a great list of content this week. Thanks for curating it.
As always, thank you, community, for sharing all the amazing stuff. So then we can pick the best of the best.
I'm on vacation next week, part of next week.
Ooh, okay.
But I'll be back Thursday. We don't usually like to push it a day. We'll have to
But
see.
that's fine. We can.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. That might be just easier, just knowing it's coming. So
No worries, guys. It's coming on Friday. We are not skipping it.
And you know, it's funny, every time we record Thursday, Maddie may or may not send reminders on my calendar. Hey, Rick, you got to post it too. Don't forget.
Good practice. It's a good practice.
Good practice. All right, everyone. Maddie, thank you so much for preparing the content this week.
Pleasure as always.
We will see everyone next week on 217. Have a great weekend, everyone.